So this is the outside broadcast unit in the making. I believe it's a hobby prototype caravan for the Aviators installation. Anyway, I bought it, I think it was on the 4th of January this year, and it was in a mess, complete mess. Good thing is it's got windows at the front. The windows had to be completely taken out. Justin Collins of Staverton Spotters, there's a 4G antenna there. Justin Collins of Staverton Spotters has been instrumental in helping me. Every Sunday, all day, he's been here painting, keeping me going, because I kept wanting to give up every now and then. So this was a complete shell. There was nothing in it at all, nothing. This partition was in it, but other than that, there was nothing else in it. The windows had to be taken out, and in fact, this window wasn't even fitted. It was just screwed to the top. There was no, it was just rubbish. So we had to fiberglass along the bottom there and make up a gap of 2 inches. There were no covers over the horrible awning rail bolts. So I've made that out of guttering and painted it with hammerite. This is all going to have foam over it. All this will be foamed, completely foamed. It'll be foam city. There's a radio clock there. This is where the editors and the video editor and audio editor will sit. Probably the same person, probably me. This window goes right out so a camera can go here. So if it rains, we're waterproof now. All of this has been made, everything. I made all of this. Just, I'm not very good, but you know, I've made it all. I did buy this from a guy up in Bewdley, and I made the bottom to go with it. Just out of 9mm ply because it's quite light. Made this cupboard and did a bit of vinyling yesterday, and it's come out all right actually. That's where all the power will be. That's the router. This is so you can get access to the electrics. There won't be any mains in it other than the inverter mains, which is all going to go in there. That's for the Ethernet cables to come out. What else? There's a diesel heater that's going at the moment. That's underneath there. I've got to put the vents back in. You can hear the clicking maybe. Got to re-vinyl this. I didn't like the fact the roof was grey. Karen said, why have you got the roof grey? But she's right. So scraping all that off. I'm going to finish painting this today, get all the doors vinyl. It's not going to be ready for next weekend, I'm afraid. It's not going to be ready for next weekend. I've got to put the tiles down, got to put the floor down, got to get the foam in. And then once that's done, then I can start fitting the mixer, the audio stuff, and the box, the distribution box that's going to go on the outside down here, which will allow us to plug in all the cameras and audio and everything from the outside. It's not going to be ready for next weekend, and I honestly thought these 4 days would allow me to get it sorted, but like all my projects, it's not going to plan, and it's just going to take longer. So I want to get it done in April, at least in April. And there you go. So I'm sorry, really sorry guys, next weekend won't be happening stream wise, but when it does stream, we'll be streaming regardless of the weather, as long as people are flying, that is. I had to put the roof light in as well, that didn't exist, so put that in. We're going to have to put another one in here as well, so I'm going to get that sorted before we start using it. One other thing I did is, because it was leaking, the floor was rotten. It was leaking, and it was just simple basic leaks. Up there, the awning rails, I've completely filled them in and taped the roof completely with that mastic tape. Problem is, I need an awning rail, so I'm going to have to fit one back on there. My mate Dan said, well, you've got to have a gazebo up. What happens if it rains? So I'm going to fit an awning rail back at the top of there, and then I'm going to have one of those canopies. They're about 80 quid on Amazon. Fitted that as well. And the water container entrance point for filling it with water is on this side. You can hear the diesel heater maybe, and that's where the water gets filled up. Thanks to Jesse C for the wheels. But there you go. So it's a project that's been going for 2 months now, and it should be ready. We painted the front as well, which I think looks better. Should be ready in the next couple of weeks or so. Thanks for watching.